Hi, I'm Hans Wilhelm. Everything in life is communicating with everything else, a constant exchange of information. But we humans are hardly aware of it. Unless we are like Dr. Dolittle, we don't know what the birds and the bees are saying, or the trees, or the flowers, or even the stones. But we can learn it. And in this video, I will share the secret key of understanding nature that was given to us by the spiritual world.
Not surprisingly, our ego remains the primary obstacle. The moment we begin to no longer take ourselves so importantly, true life unfolds within and around us, revealing the wonders that surround us. But for as long as we are buried in our thought complexes, guilts and worries, we are totally distracted and self-absorbed, and we simply cannot see or are aware of the utter beauty and life that surrounds us and wants to communicate with us. Everything wants to communicate with us, as we have already seen in my video on how the elements and also divinity, God, constantly want to communicate with us from all levels of consciousness. A perfect example is springtime. When we walk through the awakening nature with alert senses, what does spring want to tell us? Could it be that it wants to remind us that everything sprouts from the soil, from life? So does the spirit, the life, wants to grow and shine out of us. Because all flowers and plants that show their beautiful colors and forms sprout and grow from the inside, not from the outside. It is the same with us. Once we eliminate the shadows of our soul, overcome our human aspects, then the inner sun shines from within and radiates light and strength through us, just like the flowers do. But by merely looking at the flowers and plants, how can we be sure that everything shines on us and illuminates us? What does that mean? It means that every single flower is communicating with us. As Gabriele says, the various flowers belong to a collective, and this great collective is in the soul of the earth and radiates the spiritual life to the roots, to everything that is in the soil and bears life. Plants, flowers, shrubs, trees, animals, even stones communicate with us. It is the collective of stones, the collective of plants, flowers, shrubs that communicate to us. We experience the language of nature and the language of the animals, not outside of us, but in our inner being, in our spiritual body, because the essence of all collectives, of all life forms, is there. End of quote. This is a very powerful statement. Let us explore it a little deeper. What does it mean? The essence of all life forms is within us, because our spiritual body bears the essence of all these collectives and life forms. The kingdom of God is in us. Everything is in everything. The entire creation, with all its stars and universes, is in the smallest as the smallest is in the largest. According to the ancient Hermetic maxim, the all in all. I've explained this in my video, The Holographic Spiritual Universe. Not only is everything within us, but each one of us went through all these stages of evolution in our own development, from the virtualized spiritual atom via the mineral, the plant, the animal, and nature spirit kingdoms to the pure spirit being and now human being. As an example, for most of us, it is quite normal when seeing a young child to remember and accept that we also were once a young child. But so are the animals, plants and minerals. They are all stages through which you and I also went before we became a spirit being. Strictly speaking, they are also all our little brothers and sisters on their way of evolution. This also explains why an awakened person will no longer deliberately harm nature. No stone, no flower, no bush, no tree, no animal is foreign to us. They are all parts of ourselves. You can find more about this in my video all about animals, where we can see how evolution works. So the whole diversity of creation is within us. Our spiritual body is made up of all these life forms and collectives. And if we clear ourselves Of all our human shadows, our karma, we can feel these waves of sensations which are the communications from nature, particularly at springtime, when everything is coming alive. Take any little animal which does not yet have a half soul, like a bee for instance. It is a part of the collective of bees. And this collective is communicating with us. We do not hear it externally, but we hear it in our spiritual body. The same with the many collectives of the stones and plants. Their essence communicates within us. As Gabriele says, we can feel in our body that their communication is the flowing love, the forces of light and goodwill towards us. So the message here is very clear. Only when we are somewhat free and no longer blocked by our human thoughts and ego can we actually feel life and can absorb nature's forces that want to serve us. In one of her teaching hours, Gabriele suggested that each one of us could try this out with a flower or a plant. We behold it. That is, we don't look at it. When we look at it, we merely perceive the outer details. To behold means we take in the whole impression, draw all the radiant substance inward, immerse ourselves in our inner being and begin to sense what the flower is communicating with us, or just reflecting back to us. The answer could be an image, a thought, a feeling. For some of us, it may be easier to start with an animal. All animals radiate life and share themselves with us. We can feel it especially when we look the animal in the eye and take in its overall radiation. The eyes radiate what the animal wants to convey to us. So we don't just look at or judge the animal, we try to behold it. And what then radiates from the animal radiates into the corresponding spiritual collective in us, in our spirit body. So when we now consciously walk through nature in spring or at any other time of the year, we know that our encounter with any flower, flowering bush, or any plant, tree, or animal is not by chance. Everything around us is life that gives itself to us. It is here to serve us in love. On such conscious walk, we can truly recharge our batteries and experience God's utter abundance and light that surrounds us and is within us whenever we are truly present.
I wish I could fully master this task already, but I'm working on it. This video was inspired by a teaching hour that was given by Gabriele in the year 1988 and is now available in a book called The True School is Life, Volume 1. For more information, just click beneath this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in my next video.